Today I fucked up by showing my boss a very salacious nude. I work at a local family Mexican restaurant as a server and bartender. As many of you in food service know, holidays generally prompt people to be very generous with tipping. I received one tip that was particularly scrumptious, so I took a picture of the receipt. Not only am I a food service employee, but I am also a young, sexually active, gay male with a vibrant slew of nudes in my phone. I try my best to keep up with what pic goes in which folder, but sometimes I just forget. Anyway, the restaurant is owned by a Mexican couple, and I really love the wife. She's a sweetheart and she helps me practice my Spanish. She didn't deserve this. I pulled out my phone to show her the pic of the receipt. It's on a pic of my dog. While very cute, this is not what I came here for, so I quickly swipe the wrong way and reveal this pic. Low angle from between my raised legs. I am on my back. There is a large toy crammed inside me. My throbbing member is in my free hand, and my face is clearly visible. It's gross. It's saucy. It's every bit of me. Horrified. I quickly swipe to the correct picture and, because this woman is an angel, she commented on the generous tip on the receipt, not my wiener, and pretended nothing happened. She never mentioned a thing. It continues to haunt me. I shudder every time I think of it. I could paint a house with my shame. Too long didn't read. I tried to show my boss a picture of a large tip I received from a customer, but accidentally showed her the most vulgar and radically homosexual nude in my nude book. r/gay bros gone wild would like to have a peek at your camera roll, eyes. Everyone back home and in Mexico has already heard a lurid description of everything in that photo by now. Yes, I'm Mexican and I can confirm. This is such a common fuck up that I'm beginning to think people do it on purpose. BF has a Google Home display unit on his kitchen table that automatically scrolls through his archived photos, old and new. It makes him happy, but I honestly could do without images of him and his ex sitting inches away while I'm eating breakfast. He can't get rid of all her pictures without removing himself from the lineup, too. Anyway, we went on a little getaway a few weeks ago and the B&B had a nice tub. While I was taking a bath, he came in to chat and I convinced him to snap a photo of me. He's generally very shy about stuff like this. My last BF demanded that a constant stream of nudes be sent his way, but this guy has never asked and has been completely tongue-tied the 2 whole times I've sent him unsolicited pics. I have no idea what he did with them and indeed, had to ask if they'd even been received. What can I say? He's a 63-year-old Catholic boy. The other day BF suddenly sat up straight at the table. Yup. There was me on the monitor, on full display. He was appalled because his children, especially his intellectually disabled son who's 30 years old, are frequent visitors. He hadn't thought about this image of me scrolling by if they were there. Me, neither. Oops. His son has been over since our trip, but since a scream of laughter, horror, has never emanated from the kitchen, apparently that photo hasn't gone past when he was nearby. Believe me, he would have said something as he hasn't much of a filter. Thank God this didn't happen. Dating after divorce when you both have kids is hard enough. This would be the last thing we needed. Time to move the photo or delete it. Moral of the story, yours and mine, technology is not always your friend. Act accordingly. You showed her a tip, just not the one you intended to. Today I fucked up by investing in AMC stocks at the exact wrong time. Not gonna lie, this hurts bad. On and off again for the past year I've been dipping my toe into investing in the stock market. So this didn't blow up in my face. I had a few rules I followed. 1. I could only have $500 deposited into stocks at a time. 2. No calls, or shorts, etc. Just real basic buying and selling. 3. Don't buy stocks that are too turbulent, e.a. penny stocks. I figured that with these guidelines I would be safe. Could then use any earnings to buy my groceries with. Things were going well until today, where I realized around 3:50 p.m. I had all $480 liquid, and decided to invest in AMC. In my experience, $20 stocks don't fluctuate too much. So it was like whatever, worst case scenario I lose 2%. I log on, just a few minutes ago, and my heart sinks like I just met the iceberg that would end the Titanic. Apparently, AMC was being bolstered by WSB, and has started plummeting in value. In the past 5 hours, I've lost over $100. Looks like I'm going to be eating ramen for the next couple days. Too long didn't read, invested without doing my research, paid a huge price. Edit, I'm convinced. I'll hold and I hope IT doesn't explode on me. 3. Edit, get out while you can. This is not a today I fucked up unless you sell. Damn dude, have the grit to hold or don't invest. Market is volatile, just hold and you'll be fine. I've been up 10 grand in a day and down 10 grand another day. It happens. More rules to add. 1. Don't invest anything you are not prepared to lose. 2. Well, pretty much just number 1. The upside, you can claim a capital loss and get a tax credit. Trading firms have extended hours so they can manipulate the prices while we can't. They are trying to save themselves. Hold the line and give it at least a full day. They are just trying to scare off the little guys. Price changes after hours involve very little liquidity, and so people who are scared would find very few buyers at those hours, leading to the large drop. Honestly, it could open at $12 tomorrow or $30, but there's a fair enough chance either way. It's not a loss until you sell, and given how far the WSB folks have pushed GME, it's not unreasonable to imagine that you'll be up more than $100 at some point tomorrow. No pity parties until you've taken the loss, okay? If $500 if going to break you, stay the fuck out the stock market, yo. Crazy that you even have to comment this. I've never seen weaker hands in my life. Today I fucked up by going over to a girl's dorm, NSFW. I'm gonna start this off by saying that this happened about 3 days ago and it's one of the worst experiences I've had in my entire life. I was chilling in my dorm room and I get a message out of the blue on Snapchat from a girl who I haven't talked to for months. We talk for a bit and out of curiosity I asked her why she started messaging me. She said I was just in a mood and was looking for guys close by. I looked through past Tinder matches and found we matched back in November, and from those photos I thought she was pretty cute. We set up a time for me to go over and I was game, since it was just 2 floors above me. I go over at around 7:30 and knock on the door. She opens the door and looked nothing like the photos. This was a big red flag for me, but out of politeness I still went in. I sat on the couch and made small talk as she put on a movie. About 30 minutes into the movie, she makes a move on me and we go at it. Not much happened besides her giving me oral. She took off her shirt and she smelled like what milk smells like when you leave it on the counter for 3 days without the lid on the jug. I was kind of grossed out, but I was chewing gum and couldn't smell it that much, so I thought I would be fine. It was not fine. She made out with me before she did the deed on me and she burped in my mouth. Not once, not twice, but 4 fucking times. I could taste it. It was like she ate a whole ass tuna sub from Subway with extra onions and vinegar. I had to hold my breath and focus all my energy on not puking. I left shortly after that and went to my roommate and told him how bad it was. I then brushed my teeth twice and showered for 45 minutes to try and forget the nastiness that I just experienced. I don't think I'm ever going back. Too long didn't read. Went to a girl's room for sexy time. She looked nothing like the pics, smelled like sour milk, and burped in my mouth 4 times. No joke, I'd go get tested. If this is true and she really didn't care about her own hygiene, she may not care about other things either. Also, a yeast infection can smell like sour milk, just an FYI. Better safe than sorry. I am hoping you can get some good stuff out of this sickness by visualizing ways to tactfully decline and then practicing them out loud, so the next time you really do not want to, you do not have to. You are entitled to be able to give or not your enthusiastic consent as well. Try things like, great to see you, but I have changed my mind and, I need to go now. Sorry, I am not feeling well and gotta go. Wish you the best, hightail out while you are on that last part. This is great, thanks, but I am just not feeling it today. Anyway, you get the idea. If you can get some work done on this, it may save you from worse than sour milk and some burps. Go back, sit on couch. You know what sounds like fun? Brushing our teeth. Pulls out toothbrush. So, just to get things straight, you made out with her and was like, you smell worse than a turd factory and are unable to stop spewing your rancid breath into my mouth. Then you let her suck your dick with breath that I can only assume breaches environmental protection legislation with breasts that smell like rancid milk. Despite all this, you still decided to let her near your dick. Unfortunately, yes. I have a really hard time saying no to most things or standing up for myself in general. I'm not a very social person, and saying no when someone wants something is very difficult for me. I don't think I'm ever going back, which of course means, you will be going back. Any port seems welcoming in a storm.